Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Full Package RC. I am Bob, here with our usual suspects, Mike
Hey guys.
and Aaron.
Hey, what's going on?
And tonight our guest is Mr. Andy Ross.
Hey now.
And we are going to
Heard
be
that
talking
for a while.
Yeah, true. If anybody hasn't realized, Andy is formerly from Freefal RC. So we're sort of merging. He's seen the light and wants to come over to the better podcast. So, that's how that's going to go. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Ircha 2025. All the happenings and going-ons, the good, the bad, the ugly, what was great about it, what could be improved, any ideas we have. And we're going to pick Andy's brain a little bit because he has some sort of unique observations from behind the scenes. He put in a lot of time and effort doing a lot of volunteer work, and he was jumping all over the place, as well as his wife, Tima, who busts her absolute ass getting everything done and keeping things rolling for people. And sort of being, I don't know, Andy, would you say she's like the Ircha mom, keeping everybody together and going in the right direction?
Sure.
Look at that
say that.
confidence.
You said you're going to pick my brain, but that's slim pickings. So you know.
We're going to try. We'll see what we can come up with here. We'll dig deep. So I guess one of the first things anybody that's listened to the other episodes knows, for a couple months, one of the things that we have been promoting, or more importantly, Mike has been promoting, was Losi Pro Moto 2025 Ircha Edition. So we just need to get from Mike a recap. How did the Pro Moto go for you at Ircha?
So I did hold up to my word and showed up with a Promoto. Bob did not, unfortunately.
I never said I would find one.
Had the chance to get one while he was there, but he was keeping his pockets tight.
That thing was clapped out.
That thing was pretty bad. But no, yeah, I did end up picking up a Promoto on HeliFreak of all places. I found one for $300 shipped to my door. So picked it up, got it just before Ircha showed up. Took it out there. Actually ordered a ramp from Amazon, which is a funny story. I seen this ramp that was like, mobile. You can fold it up. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. It looks like a pretty good sized ramp. And I get it, and it's this little rinky dink thing. And I'm embarrassed to say it was like $130. I could have built one for probably $12 and just took it with me. But yeah, so.
You just need plywood and a cinder block, right?
I know. But this ramp did end up being pretty fun because it'll launch that Promoto probably, what do you say, Bob? Like a good 12 feet?
Yeah, when you hit it.
Yeah, when you hit it. Oh.
When you veer off the side of it, it does other things.
Yeah, it does. So we put the ramp up, and I'm hitting this thing square on, launching it. We're doing flips. All kind of stuff, having a good old time. And one of the guys that was camped out with us says, I want to get a video of this thing. So he comes around to the front of the ramp, like just off the corner of it, and pulls out his phone, and he starts to film. And in the back of my head, I'm like, this is probably not a good idea, but I got it dialed in pretty good. I've been hitting it square, dead center, multiple times in a row. So I actually step over. I stand right in front of the ramp and I line it up, and I'm like, all right, it's coming pretty good. It's nice and straight. So as it gets closer, I step off the side, and sure as hell, the thing hits the side of the ramp, goes up and catches him like right in the jaw. He spins around, like totally knocked him on his feet. He lands on his belly, and we're over there checking on him, making sure he's okay. He ended up, getting a pretty good size little gash on his chin where, everybody that was with us recommended we take him to get some stitches. So we load him up in my truck, and we're heading to the emergency room, and he's kind of checking it out in the mirror, and he goes, you know what, man, this doesn't look as bad as I think. Let's try to clean it up and see how it goes. We was like, sure, we can go. I got no problem taking you. He says, no, let's just clean it up, see how it goes. So we took him up and picked up a whole bunch of peroxide and a bunch of stuff to clean it up and fixed him up. And he had a pretty good, like, golf ball sized knot on his jaw for the weekend.
But when he looked in the mirror and saw the gash, what did he really say?
He He said, "Stitches are for pussies."
There you go.
Let's get something to clean this up. So,
how's the video not already in the Discord group? I need to see that.
yeah. So he didn't think he got the video. He was checking his phone, and actually, he ended up catching a little snippet of it. I'll have to send it to you. But yeah, pretty eventful. So we had that going on. Then we let Mitch Booth drive the Pro Moto. He running it up and down the blacktop and turns it in and almost wipes out somebody's camp area. You know, turns it real wide and it goes rolling in, almost hits their dog and all kind of stuff. And so there was some people kind of complaining about the Pro Moto. We had to put it away for a little while.
So
we got Ircha Mom. Ircha Mom was starting to hear some chirpings about the Pro Moto shenanigans.
So next year, when you're looking under the rules and regulations, if you see something that says about the Losi Pro Moto clause, you know who to blame.
Yeah, we heard some idiot was driving one of those through everyone's camp trying to kill people.
Well, what's funny is how I heard the story was that somebody complained there was a motorcycle riding through the campgrounds.
Yeah, that's what we heard.
Yeah, so they're like looking for somebody on a motorcycle, and here it was the Pro Moto that just made a turn a little bit too wide.
And once
the hobby never ceases to have any drama. That's for sure.
Now all cars are going to be banned at Ircha. There's going to be nothing land allowed anymore, specifically because of that.
Yep, could be the Mike Sobey rule.
Yep, everybody's going to be coming up blaming you for it.
Yeah, that's all right. They shouldn't be driving cars there anyways.
Oh man, it was a great time. Overall, I mean, I think Ircha went off awesome. I know there was a lot of work that was done, but from an outside, just participating view, I thought it went great. It definitely had some vibes of old days, old Irchas. I know it wasn't as packed or as full, but it was just a ton of fun. Everybody seemed more relaxed. Everybody just seemed like they were having a good time. I didn't really hear much in the way of too much drama. I'm sure there was, as always. But all in all, I think it was an awesome event. And congratulations to everybody on the Ircha board who helped put that all together and make that a big success for sure.
It definitely seems like it's going in the right direction. I think if it stays with the same steam and people keep supporting it and stuff, I think we can see it. Maybe not grow back to what it was at one point, but I think we could see the attendance starting to go up. It seemed like there was more there this year than last year anyways. And a lot of people that showed up early.
Yes, everyone showed up very early, which was weird. Which the guys got the field set up really by Sunday, but people were filing in on Saturday, Sunday. By Monday, it looked like it was full blast. It was that's the earliest I've ever seen that many people.
Yeah, we pulled in Sunday, like midday Sunday, probably around 1:00 or so, and it was like, holy cow! We ended up having to set up all the way down, like way farther down than what we typically do, because there was a whole bunch of campers already in our spot.
Right.
So that's good. It's a good problem to have, I think.
So I'll get to something I just saw today. I'll get to that in a second, but overall, Andy, what was your overall perception, or from last year to this year, of an improvement? Things went smoother. What do you think?
It's kind of hard for me to say. From my perspective, it was a little bit smoother. The numbers were actually down a little bit from last year. I think we had somewhere around 340 pilots.
Yes.
Had a few more than that last year. The feedback so far has been very positive. Most everyone that I talked to in person said they really enjoyed it and had a good time. Always see a few grumpy old men complaining online, but I wonder how many of those actually even went. So who knows?
Yeah.
Just don't go to Heli Freak, basically. Those guys are very grouchy over there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, actually, I'm glad you brought up the numbers, because I just saw this today where someone asked, and they said in 2020, or where's they at? In 2024, I guess they said there was 406 pilots, but in 2025 we only had 339.
I think it was more like
much,
380, but
okay,
it's somewhere around between 380 and 400.
From last year,
340.
Was that last year or this year?
This year was around 340. Last year was closer to 400.
Okay. Yeah, because I saw where I guess Angel posted, answered him back and said it was 406 last year and 339 this year, and I was kind of surprised by that because it seemed to me it seemed like more pilots this year than last year.
Yeah, it definitely felt fuller.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Do you think guys are really snaking in under the radar and just coming in and flying without registering and trying to
Well,
sneak by?
depending on who you ask, some people think that happens a lot. Personally, I think there's always a few, but I think it's way less than you think. Maybe a dozen people out of 300. So I don't think it's a huge deal. Um, I don't know why it felt fuller, but it definitely did, and definitely people come earlier, which was nice.
Yeah, actually was seeing some lines at the flight stations in a couple spots.
Yeah.
Which, last year, I mean, maybe on Saturday you would have a line here and there, but I think like Thursday, even Friday, the flight station down by us was pretty busy.
Yeah, which
Right.
is surprising at the end of the field. The pre-registered pilots, I believe that number was up though from last year. I don't know what the exact
Yes,
numbers
that was
there,
up quite
but
a bit actually. They had to change some things with the T-shirts and stuff, so they really pushed for the pre-registration to get as many so they could get their shirts and stuff. Um, they've been having just tons of these shirts left over every year, and they've gotten more and more expensive. So it's just kind of a waste to have to buy a whole bunch of shirts, and then you run out of the one size you need, and you have a dozen of another size and stuff. So that's just part of trying to lean things out and not waste money.
I think that's a good plan.
yeah, I think it makes
If you
sense.
pre-register, that's kind of like your little door prize for
Well, yeah,
committing ahead of time.
sure. And
Yeah.
of course, there's been people complain that they didn't get a shirt and this and that, even though they emailed and Facebook and posted and blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
Feels like no one pays attention anymore.
That's just
And
it.
they did
Everyone just
order a few
procrastinates.
extras and they sold some, but not, they were trying not to have 50, 60 shirts left over like they used to have.
Right.
Yeah, and I think everybody just kind of procrastinates a little bit and thinks, "Oh, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait." And then next thing you know, the event's upon us.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did 2024 because I was even iffy on PTO and that, and I made it happen. But I was okay, potentially not getting a shirt. I'm totally okay forfeiting that as the last minute thing, and I think that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, they reduced the for years it's been $100 pre-register and 125 on site. They reduced the on site down to 110, partly because you're not getting a shirt. So the cost is really not that much difference. It's just a matter of a shirt or not.
Right.
So along the lines with registration and that, I think it sort of follows suit is the pilot's dinner. I know. I guess we were lucky enough to be a little bit earlier in line, but I saw again where later in line, some people were saying they didn't get sides. There were some complaints about that. I know last year we had issues where we went down and there was like no food left by the time we got there. Have they ever just thought about just eliminating a pilot's dinner and maybe trying to have, a couple more food vendors on site?
Yeah, team has been pushing for that for a couple years and nobody wants to hear it. Um last year didn't work out well. And then this year the Whirlybirds did the dinner, which was fine, but they ran out of stuff. They didn't quite have enough stuff and enough help to serve it or whatever. So yeah, it's always a problem. And of course, everyone remembers the days when we had Texas Roadhouse and Outback and all those things. And
Oh,
unfortunately, that's just can't really happen anymore. For one, that they don't even do catering like that since COVID. And for two, the cost would just be astronomical. Back 10 years ago, you could get the sirloin for $8 or $9 from them, and now it's like 15, 16 for the same exact thing. So you'd be looking at a $30 fee per pilot or something, assuming you could find someone to do catering on that level. So it's definitely been a challenge, the whole meal aspect.
Yeah, well, I agree with Team. I think they should just eliminate it. And I don't even think, I think the price you even pay for registration, I think is still fair, even if you eliminate the meal, to be honest. I mean, you're getting
Yeah.
days on
She
days to be able to fly. You're getting a shirt. You're getting just
Yes.
access to the AMA headquarters and just being part of a really kick-ass event.
Yeah, she's had a good idea that maybe they can implement someday where you basically get a food ticket, like a voucher that's good at you know whoever's on site, and you could just use it whenever. So you could use it for lunch or dinner or whatever, to get a free meal that way.
I was just gonna say that because that's how we did it at our Fun Fly.
Yeah.
Was you get a ticket, take it up there, and then after the event was over, or when the food truck was closing up, we would go
Right,
and just
just
square
settle
up,
up.
count the
Yep.
tickets, and
Yep. So that might be an idea that they can implement in the future. I mean, I don't know. It's tricky. No matter what you do, somebody's mad about it.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You're never going to make everybody happy, but yeah, even if they did a ticket, I think it's a great idea for like an $8 or $10 voucher. A couple dollars off, even if it's not for a whole
Sure.
meal, just a
Mhm.
couple dollars.
Yep.
That's a great idea.
And again, if you're going to Ircha and complaining about food in any fashion or manner in the bigger picture, you're a fool because it is such a great event that really the food at the end of the day, I mean, they have amazing quality food trucks there. So it's really not a big deal.
Yeah, but that doesn't stop people complaining, Aaron. You know this. They complain about the weather,
Yeah.
the
Yep.
the bugs, the rain, the food, not having bleachers. I mean, anything you can think to complain about, they will complain about it.
None of those were
Yes,
issues this year, were they?
unfortunately.
Yeah, so let's talk about that too. So they also had, what was it, the FAI pattern competition going on?
F3A, I believe it is the aerobatics. So they have those kind of weird looking planes with the fins kind of up on top and in the back. They're like very, very precision aerobatics. So yes, the AMA was hosting a Worlds event that started the weekend, the last weekend at the Jamboree. So a lot of the resources from AMA were, of course, put over there with that, like the bleachers, some of the porta potties, some of that stuff, and kind of the way they do it is Worlds gets first dibs on everything, and then Nats, and then the Jamboree. So it's just
Yeah.
being that the Worlds was there, then they were taking tents and the bleachers and all that kind of stuff over there to Site 3 for that event.
Which I mean, I understand it's a a staple event probably, and probably something big in that discipline of the hobby.
Yeah.
But I mean, we went down there to try to watch multiple days, and it was like a zombie zone. Like there was absolutely nothing going on. And then I think,
that's
what
old
was
plane
it?
guys, Mike. What do you expect?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely had old Planker vibes because there
Yeah,
was
exactly.
like they were gone by 2:00, and it seemed like to get rid of the bleachers and stuff for an event that had people there for what only seemed a few hours. Over, you
I
have
know,
the
but-
whole site floor from end to end full of tents and people. I don't know.
It's a Worlds thing, so it's
Yeah,
FAI
that's
Worlds, and
right.
those always take precedent over everything else.
Not to mention,
I don't know. Maybe that's something that needs brought up to the AMA. Is like maybe do it by attendance rather than what they see as more valuable. You know what I mean? So if you got
You
300
should do
pilots
that,
up
Mike.
there, and you
Let me
got
know how
20
it goes.
20 pilots down there, and you're giving them bleachers and tents, and
Well, their thing didn't actually start till Monday. Like they had practice, I think Saturday. Their opening ceremony, I think, was Friday or Saturday, and then they had practice, and then it actually started on Monday. So they weren't even really there. But
oh, okay. So the Monday
nonetheless,
after when we left.
yeah, it's still kind of
Okay.
boring.
Yeah, I watched like half a flight. I'm like, okay, this is not what I expected it to be.
and
Yeah,
it was
on
like
Monday they were one of the teams. I think Argentina or someone was down at Site 4 practicing, and it is really cool to watch them fly for I don't know 5 minutes, because I mean you watch this airplane just go perfectly in every direction. It goes perfectly straight, goes up, does all these like very precision maneuvers, but nothing crazy, no 3D type stuff, just very
Very high.
Very high, very straight, axial. Like everything is just perfect, like you drew it on a piece of paper. But yeah, 5 minutes is enough. You've seen it all.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I don't even think we lasted 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think it
And
was
this is,
probably
and
a minute
think
tops.
this is the best guys in the world.
Yeah,
So-
it was. I mean, I get it. I think it's one of those things like if you were flying it, probably a lot more.
Yeah, the challenge
Entertaining
of
than-
getting it perfect and stuff.
Yeah, but
and-
I feel like I was watching paint dry.
well, it's like I don't know if you guys have ever messed with gliders or soaring. Like, I mean, that's the most boring thing you could ever do, but it's kind of fun when you're doing it. You catch a thermal or something.
Right.
Yeah, definitely not a spectator sport.
What would you compare it to, Bob? RC rock crawling.
Yeah, I mean, it's boring as hell to watch, but I guess if you're actually participating and doing it, it's a ton of fun to do.
It's still boring.
But to watch it,
I don't know. I enjoy it.
Rock crawling?
yeah.
Oh yeah, good time.
I don't know. It seems pretty boring.
Did you ever try it?
That's because
Might as well just play with my GI Joes and pretend something is happening.
Well, yeah. What's wrong with playing with your GI Joes?
Nothing.
Is there a problem with that? What about my Thundercats? You're saying I can't play with them either?
oh
I'd
god,
much rather play with Thundercats. Hell yeah.
Thundercats.
You know, as people listening, they're going to be like, "What the hell are Thundercats?"
Man, I had a Thundercat.
I think
season
Aaron's
back
going.
when
What the
I was
hell's
a
a
little kid.
Thundercat?
I know what a Thundercat, the like Marvel looking dude, right?
Yeah, you don't know what they are.
No,
thinking
isn't it like
He-Man.
it's like a cartoon, right? Like a Marvel-y ish looking cartoon.
He's thinking of He-Man, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe it's from like the '80s, Aaron.
Oh yeah, I was only born in '98, so yeah.
You're young shit. That's pretty good. Oh man. So speaking of, things that you guys were taking care of and all that kind of stuff for Ircha, who ordered the rainstorm that came through that Thursday? Who's responsible for that one?
Oh, I ordered that. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah. Actually, the early stages of it, very much so. Because I don't know what it was, but to me, this seemed like one of the hottest Irchas. I don't know if it was because
It was so hot.
it was hotter than a donkey's ball sack. I tell you, it was ridiculous.
Pretty hot.
And don't
It
ask
was
me how I
bad.
know. I'm just making it up. So before you go there, Mike, I knew you'd be going there.
That's weird because last year was one of the coldest Urchas I remember, and I mean we had gone for a while. I mean I had missed a couple of years, but I remember last year at Plenty of Points I was in a hoodie all day. I mean it was a little chilly.
It was just ridiculously hot. So Thursday we're sitting there and it starts raining just a little bit. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I just stayed sitting out in it because I'm like, this is great. It was just cooling off.
Nice
Mike
little
DiPaolo
breeze coming through. Felt good.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't even really a breeze at this point, and Mike DiPaolo goes, "You know what? I'm hopping on my motorcycle. I'm going for a cruise to ride, so the rain would hit him more." He comes back like less than a minute later and said, "It's not even raining over on the other side of the field." He went down the long straight down towards site 3, maybe on the other side, I think is what it was.
Yeah.
He said by the time he got down there, it wasn't even raining. He comes back. We're talking a few minutes. Rain picks up a little bit. I'm still getting wet because I knew I'd probably be dry in a couple of minutes. And all of a sudden, we were all the way up at the far end. I guess if you were driving through, I forget what end is which. Opposite of where all the action was really going. You know, the lesser
East end.
occupied end, shall we say, down by the long bend. And I looked down towards the end of the field, towards center stage, and come down where the golf carts were, and I said, why does it look white? He looks down and he goes, it does look kind of weird. And all of a sudden I went, shit, it's pouring down at the other side of the field. He said, yeah, I think it's going across the field. And I looked and I realized campers and vendors were slowly disappearing. And I said, oh shit, that's coming directly at us. And in 20 seconds, maybe, as we were hopping up to try to get all our stuff put away, it just hit full force because you could feel the temperature drop and the wind kick in, and it was craziness for 5 minutes?
Yeah, it didn't last long, but it was raining very hard and wind was blowing really hard for 5 minutes.
Yeah. It definitely seemed like the one end of the field got hit harder than the other with all the, like the flooding that happened, all the mud, all the issues. just seemed like they got hit a little harder on that end of the field for some reason.
Yeah, the up front part of the AMA barely got anything. It was like this tiny little storm cell that just went straight across the center stage of Site 4 where we were, and didn't really do that much at the surrounding areas.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Did anybody lose any canopies or anything that you know of?
Yeah, I think Kyle Spillis, or I think his got wadded up pretty good. And I don't know if anyone else did. I had to run out in the middle of it and roll in my awnings on my camper because they were out, and I was looking, and it's like the wind was blowing from the west to the east, and the way I was parked, I was like, well, that's probably going to be fine. But then it was raining so much, I was afraid the amount of water would actually, because that can rip your canopy too.
They like Elmer's glue those things on.
Yeah, and I had it angled like you're supposed to do for rain. But I was like, this is raining really hard. I didn't want to chance it, so I run over there in the pouring rain and rolled it in.
Yeah, I rolled mine in as quick as what I could because I was renting a camper and I didn't feel like having to pay for that to be replaced.
Yeah. Yeah, and it like Mike said, it doesn't take much to tear them up. They're made like crap.
Yeah, definitely. As most things on RVs are, unfortunately.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you spend $10,000 or $110,000; they're still built like shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
The one I
don't know. Do you guys curse on here?
Oh yeah.
I got to be honest. I haven't actually listened to your show. I couldn't find it on Apple.
Yeah, we got one guy who listens, so he doesn't mind the cursing.
Okay.
So I've
right, Aaron.
Oh yeah, of course.
I went to look. Why are you guys not on Apple?
Well, I'm trying to get a word in to explain this. If everybody just sip it, we're on Spotify. If that helps.
That doesn't help.
Okay, so Apple. I struggled a while ago trying to.
So did you go,
Mike? I will fucking pop you. So
you never get this.
I don't like you. We got on Spotify and Apple.
You should really look into Apple Music though.
Rejecting. See what I got to deal with, Andy. Now you can see how I said we're so unprofessional compared to what you used to be dealing with, right?
Yeah, like we were professional.
Yeah. But I've struggled with getting on Apple because they kept denying it for something with my image, and I could never understand what. I changed it several times. At first, when I tried to go link my Podbean to Spotify and Apple, I was denied on both. It said something about image. I don't remember if it was the size of it, what it was, so I changed it. And instantly, Spotify was good to go. And the Spotify and Apple allegedly had the same requirements.
Right.
So no matter what I did, I could not get Apple to link and approve. It kept telling me there was errors, there was issues. I was hoping to be able to talk to Steve a little more out there and see if he could give me some input or get someone to try to help me a little bit more. Just everybody got sidetracked and we weren't able to kind of get to it. But
be good if you could. You know, you could probably double your listeners from 5 to 10, maybe.
I'm trying. I mean, I'm definitely trying to figure out how to get the Apple to work, and I got to light a fire in my ass a little bit to work on it here again. I actually have that written down as one of my things to do. So I'm going to try real hard.
Probably denying you because the name of the podcast sounds nothing RC related. Full package. They're probably like, "Fuck this! This sounds like a weird podcast." Nope, just immediate deny.
Well, it's Full Package RC. I mean, RC's literally in the title.
They're probably not looking at. They see the FP and they're like, "What is Full Package? What?"
I think it's like a porn podcast.
Matter, honestly, like you say, it's probably something weird with something.
Yeah, I'll get it figured out.
Whoever's in charge of vetting it is into the DEI programs or something.
Maybe.
Back to the Ircha 2025 topic.
So anyway,
I do real quick want to give a huge shout out because I was not there this year to Bill End. Watching a lot of his flight videos and media he puts out, he's definitely some of the best out there, and he's the quickest to upload. You know, he'll upload same day or a couple days after a comp, couple days after a demo, and it was definitely nice not being there, but felt like I was there in spirit watching his stuff. So huge shout out to Bill.
Great. I can see our comments down the podcast from Bill. I knew I was the greatest. See, I told you guys.
Good job, Bill.
Who's Bill?
Yeah, he has a cooking channel.
He did get all the Ircha Cup flights up pretty fast too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on it.
Nice.
That's perfect. Yes.
Fun fact about Bill: he keeps his pocket change in his center cap of his rear wheel. Anybody wants to know?
Oh yeah, that's right. No.
Speaking of that, you should give a shout out to Steve Young because he was doing live videos the whole time, like tons of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was using those new Meta glasses, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think
Yeah,
he was using his phone and the glasses. I don't know, but yeah, he was putting up a lot of content, and like you say, Bill got his videos up pretty fast, especially with the competition flights, which is what everyone wanted to see.
Yeah, no, they were both
Awesome.
doing excellent job. Yeah, and I'll try to remember to put both their YouTube channels in the show links at the bottom. So if you want to watch more of those, you can click on those. We'll help promote them. Go to Bill and just watch his stuff, though. Don't subscribe. You don't want to do that. If you are subscribed, you want to unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Be sure you
So-
don't like anything. Don't like, don't subscribe.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
Unless
only,
he comes out to do content with us. If he comes out to film some drift content and hang out with us, then subscribe to him.
No. He's not allowed to put up anything else until he gets done with his new mac and cheese video that I've been waiting for.
He said he
What?
promised he's going to have it.
What?
You didn't hear about his channel, Late Night Cooking with Bill Ann?
What? No, what?
Yeah. The ins and outs of late night cooking.
That's
Mike,
right.
you're
He teaches-
confusing the young guy.
He does frozen pizzas and popcorn shrimp.
Chicken
Lots of
nuggets.
Mozzarella
ice cream
sticks.
reviews.
Yeah, ice cream reviews.
Yep.
I know he's big on ice cream. Yeah, he's said about that before. That doesn't surprise me. That's funny.
So I did
Yeah.
say something to him out at Ircha about being on the show, and he said he would be on here. So I think we need to get Bill on here.
Absolutely.
I just think that would be a freaking riot from beginning to
Yeah,
end. 'Cause
bring
that
him on.
guy is
He loves to
something else.
talk about his cameras and the f-stop and the ISO settings and the lenses. Be great content.
So
I say we get him on here with Bill's mom. I miss when Bill's mom used to call into the Freefall podcast.
Yeah.
he's pretty fast
this
and
was
witty.
Dave.
But anyway, we'll get back to Bill another time. We'll have him on the show, and you can all see what he's about.
Bill's a good guy.
So I get that transitions, I guess, into my
Yeah.
next question.
Go ahead.
Is being I saw a lot of the content that went down. I saw a lot of the flights and comps. How do you feel about the flying this year versus last year, as far as competitive levels, as far as and just pure entertainment,
You asking me?
Well,
Yeah. Go ahead, Andy. You
and
can take that one.
everyone? Because we've had this discussion prior, and I just want to know. It personally, it looked like the comp flights looked amazing. Looked like people were flying low. They were smacking it pretty hard. Looked like, I mean, incredibly technical, but it looked like definitely a little more showmanship this year. Of I want to fly low and kind of show off a little more, which I liked, and
More your
that was
people.
cool.
yeah, one thing that I noticed for sure is the foreign countries that come over here. They are definitely putting in the work, and the guys from the U.S., the pilots from the U.S., like our top guys, I don't know if they're just kind of getting older and like it doesn't seem like there's a fresh batch of U.S. pilots.
So-
Maybe I'm wrong, but these young kids from like these other countries are just unbelievable. That MCK kid,
Yes.
Insane.
what's his name, Min Chan Kim or something? I guess he does
Yeah,
like
MCK.
the drone racing. He said that the helicopters are too slow for him. That's why he does the drone racing.
Yeah.
And like it's just unbelievable how fast and precise and low, and it's I don't know. You don't see anything close to that level out of anybody that's in the U.S. in my opinion.
His flights
Yeah.
were on the deck. His tail so many times just looked like it was hitting. It was that close that it was just insane. And it wasn't that he just had a couple moments in the flight that did that. His flights from beginning to end 90% of the flight at least was probably under 30 feet or 20 feet even. It was
Well, hell, it was under 10 feet.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying for the entire flight, it was only once or twice in a flight where he went up and did something a little bit higher and then came down in spectacular fashion. But it really got you kind of pumped, to see this stuff. And him and Kenny Ko are just incredible pilots. And honestly, to watch MCK, I guess, and Kenny Ko doing that, flying that hard, that snappy on a nitro machine, I found to be pretty phenomenal. Not that it makes me want to go buy a nitro by any means, that won't happen, but it was pretty phenomenal to see them do that on a nitro.
And that's why I asked, because that was insane. That MCK guy, I'm glad you said his name, because that was exactly who I had in mind when I mentioned these videos. And like I said, we've talked about it before, and it was so cool to see these foreign guys absolutely laying it down, showing like it. That reminds me of technical with that old Bobby Watts and Burt Kemmerer smack, like we've talked about. Just that old, I'm gonna go show off basically, and that he is so skilled, he can do that. He can go out and show off and do what he wants. That dude is just insane, and that definitely gave me some more hope for some more future pilots. At least as far as the style. I appreciate the technical. I appreciate it all, but that insane, just low, you're going to crash any second was wild.
Yeah. I would say 80% of his flying was 3 inches from the ground.
Oh, it was spectacular. I thought it was amazing. It, like I said, really got you pumped to just want to fly more and fly better and learn new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Do you guys know who Lincoln Everett is?
Yep.
Andy, I know you know who he is.
Of course.
I remember like watching my first time going to Spring Fling, watching him do night flights out there. Now they weren't MCK level, but everything was so freaking low to the ground just the whole time. And like I think Tim Jones was there, and all the bigger name guys at the time were there. And Lincoln's flight to me was more entertaining just because it was on the deck, literally from start to end.
Yeah,
That just stood out.
Lincoln has a very cool style where it's not super like smacky. It's low, but it's very smooth and tied together and kind of laid back. But yeah, he has a very cool style for sure.
Yep.
I can honestly say, I've known Lincoln, but I can't picture at the moment as we're talking about it his flights. I guess that's getting old.
Yeah,
he probably go to bed before he flies.
That's probably true too. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Plus, he hasn't been around for a while. I don't even know. Is he still in the hobby, Andy? Do you know?
I mean, he still comes out to RCHO.
Okay.
But I don't know if he travels to many other events. He still flies some.
Okay, that's good.
But I don't think he flies till it's like, midnight.
Yeah.
He's like a vampire.
Yeah, so my ass is probably in bed by then. You're right.
Yeah.
One of the things Team I know wanted to do, and I was just curious what your thoughts, how it went over from your different thing, was that heli hangar. I know she really pushed to have.
Yeah, what'd you guys
area.
think of that?
I thought.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
One of the guys who actually came from Pennsylvania was, I offered him to camp under our tent for the day or the weekend, and he was like, "I'm going up to the heli hangar, man. That's nice. They got it all set up there." And he bailed out on us and went up and hung out up there. So, he said it was awesome. He said that there was a couple people that used it. It wasn't quite as busy as he thought it would be. But he said it was, it had everything you could ask for, really.
Yeah, I mean, there was quite a few people there. There were several people using the generator charging. And then I always saw a bunch of helis in there. I mean, I don't know how many people were permanently bidding there. But I think it worked out really well. A lot of people have gave us good feedback. Thank you guys for helping make that happen. I think it was a good thing.
Yeah, it was definitely a cool thing. A great idea from the team I had there. Absolutely. I don't know why that hasn't happened in the past, because it's like such a once you hear it, you're like, oh yeah, why haven't we been doing that? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, yes, exactly. Because a lot of people fly in. We have people from overseas coming in, or even people just driving that maybe don't have room for a pop up or or even if you're by yourself, how many times you see a guy by himself and he's just kind of sets up out there and he's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like,
One guy under a pop-up.
sure. So I mean, and some people want to do that, and that's totally fine. But some people want to kind of try to make friends and hang out. So it was just facilitating that.
Yeah. Well,
And were you guys sorry, Bob. Were you guys able to get the donuts and coffee and stuff like she was hoping to be able to pull off, or
Yeah, we got 5 dozen donuts,
holy cow.
6, and then a bunch of the little donut holes and like 2 of those big boxes of coffee. We did that Friday morning.
yeah, you missed it, Mike. I
everybody
even
seemed
grabbed
to
a couple of
enjoy
those donut holes. They had jelly in the donut holes.
Oh yeah.
I never knew they did that. I bit into one thinking it was
Yeah.
like a little glazed one, and it kind of blew up in my mouth, and I went, "What the hell just happened?" But I was impressed.
I'm not touching that one.
I was waiting. I was
wanted
setting
to,
it up for
Mike.
you.
I was
Yeah.
biting my tongue.
He stayed with a couple guys in that RV that whole week. You don't know what else was blowing in his mouth.
Oh, there it is.
Oh man, that's what I was waiting for. Here we go. Oh God, I love working with you guys on this stuff. This is so much fun. See, Andy, there's one more example of how unprofessional we are.
No, I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's great. Anybody make, well, this next question, obviously, Aaron, is for everybody but you. But what everybody, when you go to Ircha, you got to buy something. So what was your Ircha purchase or purchases this year that were pretty good? Go ahead, Mike.
Ooh. I did a lot of horse trading out there. Let me see if I can remember this. So during the week, while we were just kind of sitting around under the tent, I was browsing through that Ircha buy sell group on Facebook. Seen somebody was bringing an OMP M5 and worked a deal out with him. Bought that from him. What else did I do? Kerry Brooks posted up a picture of his 700 Nitro and said, "Hey, I'm bringing this weekend, and I don't plan on taking it home. If it survives, I'm gonna sell it for $200." The airframe of his 700 Goblin Nitro, and I was like, "Oh shit, $200! I've never had the new raw version of the Goblin Nitro." I was like, "Yeah, I'll try it out. $200, what the hell?" So bought that off of Kerry. Surprisingly, it survived the weekend. I thought for sure he was gonna put it in, but
you should have negotiated that for $150 though, for taking all the stuff off and as dirty as you got.
No. But yeah, so Kerry he brought it over and he's like, "Man, I feel bad. I don't really have time to pull all the stuff out of it." And I was like, I could pull it out, man. You're a sponsored pilot. You're running around here like crazy. I said, just drop it off. I'll pull all the stuff out of it. I'll throw it in a bag, and next time you come by, you throw it in your truck, and it'll be good to go. So that's what we did. And Bob, you thought it was pretty funny that I looked like I rebuilt a 350 Chevy small block by the time I got the servos out of that airframe.
Oh, it's crazy.
I don't think that thing's ever been touched with a rag.
No, not at all.
Yeah, it was pretty slimy. So, but yeah, we got the M5, the Goblin Nitro. Some guy wanted to trade me an RS5 for my RS7, and was kind of, back and forth with me all week on it. And I was like, if he shows up, we'll do it. If he doesn't, then whatever. He ended up showing up and made that trade. Traded him the airframe for the RS5 with a ESC and a motor on it. I think that's about. Oh no, I bought an M3. The new M2 V3, whatever it is. So yeah, I spent some money this weekend, or Ircha weekend.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's getting a little crazy.
What about you, Andy? Did you get anything new?
No, I didn't buy anything.
Really?
I got my OS 91 speed and the pipe for it Bert brought that he was supposed to send me last year, but so that's new, but I had paid for it already, so I didn't really buy anything.
Wow.
I didn't buy any helis.
Did you get to fly anything?
I flew Tima's M2 a few times to tune it. That's the only thing I flew.
Really? Wow.
Yep. I don't fly helis anymore. I just sit around and bullshit, hang out.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's kind of what
Hmm.
Ircha's for. I didn't do much flying either. I sat around and hung out and did a lot of bullshit, and that's
See,
part
Bob
of the
knows.
event.
You guys are getting old.
Yeah, shut up. So for me, this is people are gonna laugh at this. I bought two things. One, I got a new canopy for my M2. So now
No, you stole a canopy for your M2.
no, I didn't. I bought it. What are you talking about? They didn't have them in stock, so the guy I
Yeah,
worked the guy
You guilted the poor guy into selling you
I
his
did
last
because
one.
he said he personally had one in his car. I said, well, you should have told me if you didn't want to sell it. I said, you work here. You can always get another one. So I guilted him into selling me his. So I ended up getting a
Nice.
canopy for my M2 that actually matched my M6. So then I had two helis and the mini me version of it, which worked out pretty cool. And then
That canopy's not going to last, but good luck.
it'll last. It'll be good. And then
I know how to fly that.
the best purchase of it is I found an old line T-Rex 500 flybarred heli.
No way.
And I worked a deal on that because I used to have one of those. That was probably my first larger heli purchase I ever made for myself. Regrettably sold the heli. And when I saw that, it was an opportunity to sort of recapture that a little bit. Price was right. It was wind and fly, servos, gyro, ESC. It had everything, blades, basically ready to go. It just was very dirty. Needed some TLC for $100. I thought it was a great deal. Come to find out, getting home working on it, the ESC shot, but whatever. Still a good deal, I think. I have all the parts I need to kind of work it over, but my big purchase was that. And not too many people get excited about buying a flybarred heli, but I was pretty stoked. I thought it was a good deal. I'm happy about it.
I was in.
Does it take you back to the days where you walked to the flying field uphill both ways?
Yep. In snow.
In the snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he texted me that so excited. He said, "Hey, guess what deal I just got?" Because I still have my original T-Rex 500 ESP, and he always regretted selling his. And he sends me that with the original 500 ESP canopy. I was like, "Holy shit, dude! That's going to be awesome. Just to get out and hover around, occasionally fly. That's awesome."
Yeah. Now I'm stoked. I found an
I wish-
ESC on eBay. Got that coming, so I can get it all. I already have the whole heli cleaned up. And I found it had some older line blades on it. I actually found a full set because I'm a hoarder and I still have stuff. I found a full set of edge blades to put on it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I found the best part. I think that makes it the most sentimental for me is one of the first things I ever bought at Ircha 2012, which was our first time ever going to Ircha. I bought a new canopy for the T-Rex 500. And it wasn't a ton of money, but it was so pretty. I never wanted to fly the heli with the canopy on. So I would fly it with the old canopy. And when I sit it on the shelf, I put the new canopy on so it would look good. I still have that canopy. So we're going to put it on and we're actually going to fly it this time. So,
We got to get a 500 dual flight in.
oh, hell yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, midair. I can't wait.
No.
Oh no, I'm not wrecking that. That thing has
No.
been almost wrecked so many times. That's Old Faithful. It's just going to be a fun beater.
Yeah.
With the fly bars, Mike, they'll twist up together. That'll be awesome.
Like a bread tie.
Uh huh.
No, we'll fly together, but we'll keep them a little bit apart.
Yeah.
I think we'll both be in agreement on that one.
Be sure you video it just in case.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We'll definitely have to have
I
video
wish-
of it. You never know what happens in the heat of the moment when we decide to go and do something stupid. Because, I mean, let's face it, Mike will say something stupid and Aaron and I'll go, okay. So that's how
I wish I knew you were looking for one of those. That guy would have been selling that thing for the last 7 years at Ircha.
Yeah. And he said he never found anybody stupid enough to take it. Well, he found a guy this year.
Yep. Finally.
I'm pretty sure that thing sat for like 10 years in a closet somewhere too with all the dust that was on it, but that's all right. It's all good.
It's cool for nostalgia.
It is. Yeah, I love that shit. Now I'm thinking, oh, maybe I need a 700 flybarred. So,
God.
I keep saying that someone should come out with just a head, like a conversion for a modern heli, like a modern something you could put a flybar head on just for the fun of it. I think that would be cool.
so what would you do, Mike, if I show up at the
agree.
field next time I come visit you guys with a 700 flybarred, nitro.
Oh, if it's nitro, I'll be proud of you.
Oh, then a 700 fly bar would be fine if it's nitro, right?
Yeah, if it's nitro, you'll get some respect.
Align 700 Nitro, the old one.
Yep.
I think if I could find the right deal,
with
maybe.
the 14 pinion.
Or a
bearings.
Raptor 90.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I have a brand new Raptor 90 in my basement.
Do you
Never
really?
been flown. Yeah.
Like full
Yeah,
built?
it was Dana's dad's.
Oh, that's
He
right.
gave
I
it
do
to me.
remember,
Brand
yeah.
new. It's got an OS 91 SZ in it
Yep. I
with
had it.
a Curtis Youngblood muscle pipe on it.
I
Ooh,
had
you need
a-
to get that going and fly it with these other two guys with their 500s.
Yeah, I got no
Tandem
desire to
fly
fly. Yeah.
I had a Raptor 30 when I started flying. I had an OS engine on it. I put a Hattori pipe on it. I mean, the thing flew really, really good. And then
When
I
it
ended
flew.
up getting rid of it because I'm like, it's too much of a pain in the ass to clean all the time and blah, blah, blah. So, I was like, nitro, I'm done.
You don't have to clean them. Just ask Kerry Brooks.
Yeah.
He flies Nitro better than anyone.
Yeah, I can't
They
do
fly
that, though.
just fine with the goo dripping
Self-
off.
Self-lubricating.
Exactly.
That's how it goes. I'm sure there's another joke we could insert there, but we'll let that one go. Oh, man. So, anything else you guys want to cover about Ircha? Good, bad? What you thought was good changes?
What's your guys' thoughts on the golf cart prices?
I thought it was okay.
That's what I thought. I thought it was pretty reasonable. Some people were like, "Oh, that's ridiculous."
Well,
But I paid for Tuesday through Sunday. It was only $395,
yes, which
which I think is reasonable.
I think it is too, since we had them from Tuesday morning, basically
That's-
returned them Sunday morning. But if you're one of the
How
people,
long did you have? How many days?
I picked it up Tuesday and dropped it off Sunday. So whatever that maths to.
yeah. But unfortunately, people who picked them up
6
Thursday
days.
and had them to Sunday still paid the same price. That was part of their special that they had going.
Well, it's their
Yeah.
fault for not coming earlier.
Exactly.
Right.
That's kind of what I thought too.
I mean, that's
No,
like
but-
$50 a day. That's pretty
Yeah, that's-
reasonable.
Cheap.
Yeah, that's really cheap.
And the one thing that I didn't agree with was their card fee. I guess like the one guy that was camping with us, he picked his up a day early, and they wanted to charge him like an extra $85 to use a card rather than cash.
Yeah, that
And
was,
we figured out it was like 17% or something.
Oh,
I'm like,
geez.
there's no way that's right.
They only get
What-
charged like 4%, 5%.
Yeah.
at the
yeah,
most.
Yeah.
3 to 4% is typically, and something didn't math out on that one because I went and they did not charge any of those fees on that. So I don't know how much of that was his extra day fee and he didn't understand some of the stuff. So I'm not sure I fully think they charged him that much on a card. I understand as a business when you're taking stuff on a card because these credit card companies really like to kind of screw businesses with how much they take, and then the sucky part is they'll charge you a swipe fee, then they'll charge your percentage fee of your final price, but then they'll also take a percentage of whatever the sale is. So it sometimes is a lot more
Adds
than
up.
just what your 3% would be that you think it is up front.
Mhm.
So I can get why they might charge an extra 4 or 5, 6% to use a card, especially when they're delivering them out there, getting them to you, and making it as easy as you can for you to be able to pick it up. They told everybody that in advance. So if you didn't want to use your card and pay the extra percent, you just made sure you had the cash on you to avoid that.
Yeah, well, they didn't tell me that in advance.
Really?
I actually had to hit up. Yeah, I had to hit up the ATM of Mitch Booth. I ended up PayPaling them because I was going to put it on my debit card because I don't carry cash with me at those places because I'll spend it way too fast.
Yeah.
So I was going to give him my debit card, and I ended up just PayPaling Mitch the cash, and then he gave me cash, like actual cash,
Yeah.
to take over there. So shout out to Mitch for saving me whatever percentage it was that they were charging.
That's good.
He should have charged you 10%.
Yeah, he should have.
So he
Still would have saved me money.
he saved you the
I
percentage
know, right?
and fed you Buster
would,
bars?
yeah, everyone would be happy.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Would you
Mike?
say, Bob?
I said he saved you that extra percentage and he fed you Buster bars?
Actually, I did not get one Buster bar from Mitch.
You
He
didn't
was
get
hoarding
one?
them.
Wow.
No. The only Buster bar I had all weekend was from Paul.
Yeah. And that was for helping to break into his camper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this Buster Bar must be a Ohio thing because I'd never heard of them. And Mitch
They're
tried
a
to give
Dairy
me
Queen.
like 7 of them. I only ate one, but he was handing them out. You must have just not been around at the right time, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, when I think about it, Paul, I ate one. Paul gave me one as well when he was there. I didn't get any from Mitch. He was hoarding his.
What's funny is like the whole week or two beforehand, me, Mitch, and Paul were all in a group chat, a group text message thing about the whole Buster Bar saga going on. And Mitch bought like 4 boxes
Yeah.
like 2 weeks before he was getting ready to leave, and he kept like running out and stealing one out of the camper fridge, and his wife was sending him videos of him getting busted eating them on his, like, coming up to the front door with the doorbell camera. It was pretty funny.
That's funny.
That's
Mitch
great.
is the best. He's so like
He's
he'd do anything to help anyone. He's the best guy I know.
he is an awesome guy.
Absolutely.
And like truly loves the hobby, loves what it's about, loves the people in it, and yeah, he's a good guy.
We just got to keep teaching him to not let people take advantage of that nice guyness and when to say no.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic. Which I guess could be Ircha related. We can kind of touch on is,
Yeah, we'll
and
go
Andy, I'm
briefly.
sure you've ran into this having a nice big camper. Is the people that love to try to just invite themselves in and bunk in your camper?
I don't have too many problems with that. I have occasionally people ask. I'm pretty selective about who I let stay with us.
Yeah. Mitch always seems to find somebody to fill in all the empty spaces in his camper every year. And I always give him a hard time. And he's like, I can't even get up and, get a coffee in the morning because I'm afraid I'm going to wake him up. I'm like, the hell with that, man. It's your camper. I walk
wouldn't
out there
care
in
a
your
bit about
underwear
that.
and be
I'd
like, hey.
stomping around, whatever.
Yep. Yeah.
He's too nice.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I'm like, just lock the door, man. Don't talk to nobody until everybody's settled in. Then you can come out. Don't let them talk your way in there.
That's pretty much it. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, like you said,
But
that
yeah,
could be a whole podcast in itself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting people travel that far with like no plans of where they're going to sleep and like just kind of run around all day trying to find somewhere to crash.
Yeah, have it figured out before you get there.
Yes.
Oh, so you're saying
Don't be
people
that guy.
come to they come to Ircha, but they don't have arrangements with anyone before they get there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't understand. That doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, I know.
We've experienced that going all the way back to 2016.
Oh yeah.
People showing up to Ircha. Oh shit, can I stay at your hotel? Oh, can I stay with that's unfortunately always been a thing.
That's just that's wild as hell to me. I would never even consider that.
Oh,
or the sob story in front of you, like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna crash in my car tonight. Hopefully I don't. It's really hot. Hopefully I don't, sweat out and die.
Have fun. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I do. Well, wish you luck, man. See you in the morning.
Along those lines, and Aaron, you'll remember this. You probably know where I'm going with this. Our first year at Ircha, the wildest thing of how a guy slept and what he did out at Ircha.
Yep.
I
remember.
Go ahead. You want to tell about it, because it was just freaking hilarious.
So originally, one of our friends who was kind of hanging out with us, he was driving into the AMA complex, and he was like, "Guys, you wouldn't believe, right when you pull in, like kind of where the road forks off, where they start to put a lot of the sponsor banners, there was a guy just in the middle of the field sleeping on a blow-up mattress, just wet, full of condensation, under a blanket." He showed up, he parked there, not even in like a right spot, laid out a blow-up mattress and just slept there. And I think he stayed there for a couple nights.
He was there for the duration of the event. Yeah, he basically slept on his air mattress up against the side of his car. And everybody knows how wet Ircha gets. He woke up soaking wet every morning.
Wow. Like no tarp or nothing, just out in the wide open. Wow.
So we call raw dogging.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
I mean, it was insane. We're all like, is this guy really doing this? If our memory serves me correct, his heli was held together by like hopes and prayers and zip ties and tape.
Yeah. I mean, another year I had one of my good friends at the time stayed around that area when you're pulling in where there's some trees off to your left, right in the corner of a field. Just kind of laid up a hammock, tied the hammock from tree to tree, and that's where he stayed for the weekend. So it is doable. Just get ready to tough it out when weather hits.
Yeah, I was surprised to see nobody was camped there this year.
Yes, that's what I was just gonna say.
Really?
Yeah, usually there's that whole area is full because that's a nice little camp area. And usually you can fly like right outside,
Yeah,
know,
I
right in your
think
own
that
little
was
field.
from AMA. There was something going on at Site 1, which is like adjacent to that. So they weren't allowed to camp there. I don't remember
Oh,
exactly
okay.
what, but that was from AMA.
Oh, I thought they
That
were allowed
makes
to
sense.
camp, but they weren't allowed to fly there.
Well, that may be.
And I thought people just didn't camp there because they couldn't fly there.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably no flying, but since they couldn't fly, they didn't camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty wild. It's the first time in all the years of me going that I never saw anyone there. All right, so
I got to meet your buddy Zane.
Oh man, I haven't
Aaron.
seen Zane in so long, man. Yeah, Zane's an OG.
He's a pretty
been
good
around.
pilot. He was throwing it down with the S2.
Yeah, I'm glad he still flies because there's not many people that when I was flying kind of in that era that still fly. So shout out to Zane and shout out to Jake because I know Jake still flies on and off too. So definitely glad to see both of them out there. And I'm glad you met
Yeah.
Zane. he's
Yeah.
a cool dude.
well,
He's definitely got like a squirrel brain going on. He can't focus on anything. He's constantly like back and forth, going and going and going. I'm like, dude, settle down. I want to grab him by the shoulders and like push him into a seat and go, just sit here for 5 minutes, man.
Man, I haven't seen him in years, but that's always been Zane. So nothing new there.
Yeah.
and it's funny because
That's funny.
I was texting Jake while Zane was there, and they both agreed that for next year, hopefully you can have off Aaron. They want to do it as a mini reunion and have everybody together. So I think that would be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
any year I go, recently they don't go. And then when they go, of course, this year I couldn't go last minute. I had plans to go right up until I got denied on PTO. So that was a kicker. I definitely miss seeing them. That sucks.
There's next year for
Yep.
sure.
Yes.
Bob's camper's big enough. You guys could all fit.
Hey, well,
Oh yeah.
actually, no, just Aaron, because, next year, actually, when I got home, my wife agreed to possibly go for next year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. She saw the
Nice.
camping and all the stuff, and she thought it might be, a good thing, and I'm blown away. And so if I had that camper, it would be just her and I. If Aaron decides
Yep.
he wants to go, then obviously he can stay in the camper as well. But other than that, sorry, Shaggy and Mike DePaulo, but you guys would have to find another place. Because if my wife goes, you
Yep.
guys are out. That's it.
I'm blown away. You convinced mom to go.
I
That's
know.
impressive. Good job.
I'd be
They
stoked.
could try to sweet talk a bunk with Hank.
Yeah, you don't want Hank could be the only one.
Yeah. Hank's my dog.
Yeah.
Chocolate Lab.
Oh, he can stay with us. I love
Thanks.
Hank. Oh my god.
Hank's a good boy.
I love both your dogs. Both your dogs can stay with us, man.
Yeah, the other one's a dick.
Yeah.
No, but they're great. They're great.
No, he's a dick. He's
Yeah,
a dick.
He's an evil dick. He's right. I've tried for 2 years now. I can't make any headway with the dog being nice to me, so I'm done with him.
Yeah, he's not a people person.
No, he's not. That's for sure. But, at least he's there with you.
Your audio's cutting out weird.
Oh yeah? Here we go again.
Yep, you're gonna have to edit. You're gonna have to edit the episode here. Your
Well,
audio's getting all goofy.
here we
I
go.
think you
Yep.
fell in a well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's that Mick microphone you got.
Yeah. Well, I can still
It's
hear
that
it.
Temu shitty orders.
Yeah, right. So,
Alibaba Express or whatever the hell that website is.
we're
The
wrapping up
Chinyang
anyway. So
soundboard. Sounds like you're under the ocean. Whatever
Yeah.
you're doing, get out.
it looks like Discord's
doing
cutting
that.
me out.
Yeah, something long.
All right.
We
Well,
too
then,
low.
I tell you what, I'm just going to wrap up then because we're good here. And then we'll try again another time. We'll go a little bit more on this one, but we're running a little longer here than normal anyway. How's that sound?
Doesn't sound great.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to wrap it up the way it sounds right now.
Yeah, but it records my voice fine, so they'll be able to hear me. You guys
Oh,
just
okay.
can't.
All right. All right.
So you guys can just kind of roll with it and make it up as you go. How's that?
That works.
All right, guys. So thank you very much, Andy, for being with us. We appreciate you taking time to be here.
I'm glad to be here.
And yeah, as always, if you guys want to interested in any merch, you can go check us out at bonfire.com/store/full-package-RC. Any questions, you can email us at fullpackagerc@gmail.com. Questions, comments, anything you want to know, or anything you'd like to future episodes, suggestions, anything like that. Hope you enjoyed our little wrap up here of Ircha 2025. I'm sure there's some things we forgot about. Hopefully we covered most of them. And I promise for next episode we'll be off of Ircha and on to something else, and we'll move on a little bit in the heli world. So till next time, this is Bob signing out, and we appreciate you being here. And guys,
Thank you for being here, Andy. Appreciate you being here with us, and thank you again to your wife for everything she does for Ircha and you as well. And thanks for being here with us.
Oh, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Thanks for all the hard work out there, man. It really is appreciated.
As long as you guys are having fun, that's all that matters. Makes all the work worth it.
Awesome.
Absolutely. All having a great time. Well, thank you guys. Appreciate you for listening, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.
Free our skies, and we'll see you next time. Isn't that how it goes?